Gwazi is one of the most hyped up coasters that are coming for 2021.
Look at this dude.
It is just getting so much recognition.
Good guess, but actually no.
And everyone's saying it's going to be one of the best in the world.
Have you ever had a dream that you could?
But here's why I think Iron Gwazi is overhyped. Before this video begins, Iron Gwazi is a steel hybrid roller coaster built by RMC or Rocky Mountain Construction. But it always wasn't an RMC. It was originally called Gwazi and built by Great Coasters International. Gwazi was built in 1999 and has stats of a height of 105 feet, a drop of 90 feet, and speed of 50 miles an hour. The ride was set to be 3 stars, but it started to over time. It didn't help the fact that they used the original PZ train, not the new lane flyers. In 2011, though, we're starting to add lane flyers to both sides of the ride. However, those lane flyers didn't last well for the tiger side. The tiger side Gwazi was closed down in 2012. That left just the line side to operate the next 3 years until 2015 rockets to wave 2 and starts closed down the coaster. This coaster sat at speed over 3 years until Texas announced in 2018 where they revealed they would be transforming Gwazi into a hybrid coaster. A cool fact about the trains that is not related to Iron Gwazi is that two of the trains were reused for Invader at Busch Gardens Williamsburg in 2017, and 2 of them were also reused for Texas Stingray in 2020.
'Cause I don't care.
The hype immediately came after that announcement of Tigers, and people just were like, whatever, Tigers, just a clone, and they were all focused for this new RMC. Few years later, and we got announced that it would be the world's fastest and the world's steepest drop hybrid coaster, and North America's tallest. And people were hyped. I mean, really hyped. We didn't get the name until a few months later when we found out it would be called Iron Gwazi. And we really didn't have a layout until track pieces arrived on site and they started redoing the structure and building the coaster up. Unrelated to the ride, I just want to talk about the name for a second. The name Iron Gwazi makes no sense. Why make a lot of sense? Because that tiger versus lion, that's actually pretty cool. And it's really well. But Iron Gwazi, that just sounds like a slap name on a great name. When a lot of people were hyped for the ride, though, of course the pandemic came and everything got shut down. Then, people just kind of forgot about everything. And then coasters started opening back up with the parks, and everybody just started to get super excited again because they saw Iron Gwazi before the pandemic, and now after the pandemic, everything was in place, and they were testing it constantly. And then everybody got POV that literally everybody was on Earth, and finally we got it. I remember myself just enjoying that day, and then I saw the POV pop up on YouTube, and I was like, oh my goodness. What this POV told me, though, is that I think this ride is going to be severely overrated. Okay, so I'm about to dissect the layout, but first of all, I want to kind of do a comparison here. This kind of feels like Steel Vengeance versus Iron Gwazi is like Mako versus Raging Bull, you could say. Mako being like the out and back with a lot of airtime, and Raging Bull being with all those turns and being a twister layout. I just feel like it is Iron Gwazi versus Steel Vengeance is basically doing the same thing as if Iron Gwazi was Raging Bull and Steel Vengeance was Mako. It just feels like that, and I think a lot of people prefer Mako. And a lot of people say Raging Bull doesn't have good airtime, but I've heard a few people say that, so I really don't know what to say about this. I'm just gonna go ahead and dissect the layout though. First of all, the ride ascends up the massive lift hill and goes into an awesome 91-degree drop. This may be the best part of the ride. Then the ride takes a quick little rapid transition into a huge outer bank turn. I don't think this will be partly half as good as Steel Vengeance. Then the ride rises up again and goes into one of the best parts of the ride. The barrel roll down drop looks insane though. And then there's another overbank, and then there's one of the coolest elements on the ride, the wave turn that is outward banked facing the station. Then there's a few wave turns in a stall that doesn't look to give as much hang time as other ones like Goliath's or maybe Steel Vengeance's, even though that doesn't look that good. But then there's like a double up, or there's a lot of weird elements, and a few airtime moments into a turn into the brakes. This layout is extremely short. I mean, that's basically a Raptor worth of ride time.